Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Block now on 1st down. Gets it to Gordon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 21 yards. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
17.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. KJ Hamler returning it. And he returns this to the 22.
KJ Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
I know, but that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion, Others will tell you.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 2nd and 16. Locke working out of the gun. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Locke sets up the screen to Gordon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Locke looks to throw it again. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st down, Dolphins.
Tua now on 1st down. Caught by Wilson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
A.J. Boye.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the former Cal Bear, it's Patrick Laird. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. They'll set up the screen to Calais. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Intercepted. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing now is Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, Locke. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Push him back. Push him back. Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Locke. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So this is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. It's complete to Graham. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dolphins.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And this is Parker, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Blocked again here on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Wilson's got it complete.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
For the Dolphins.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And returning it, here's Hamler. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
At the 30-yard line.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Complete to Phillip.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown.
Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
Brandon McManus lining
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Brandon McManus to kick off 4 down.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. On the ground, it's Calais. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick 1st down.
The tackle.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Calais. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They run with Calais. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
2-yard line. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Dolphins.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run with a former Bear and Eagle. It's Jordan Howard. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
He was taken down.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real. And I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players. But you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Get ready. Mark 55, Mark 55.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Gordon, the ball
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Lock now on 1st down. Oh, he'll air this one deep for... This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Good. Makes the score Broncos 21, Dolphins 20. Brandon McManus to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the... He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raymond Calais with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
The Dolphins.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Tua. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
Broncos 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Locke on the give, it's Lindsey. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. Calais. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Tua. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's get him.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down into 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out first downs.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Calais. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Tua, a give. This is Howard. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now Locke. His throw incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. Got a man, it's Judy complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. That time he was looking for Jerry Judy. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
He's back to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One final try for Locke. Gets it to Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Today's final score, Dolphins 30.
Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took